because the book starts off with a very interesting twist, because you're the guy ostensibly who's writing the book, and yet initially the book is narrated not by you, but by what you refer to as an alter ego. In other words, one of these inner figures named Richard, who is an atheistic professor of evolutionary psychology, not you, who has been recently had brain surgery, which in fact you did have, but he's had brain surgery and decides to consult a Jungian analyst by the name of Michael Gellert, who he's heard is good with dreams. So this is a fascinating way to begin the book. And maybe you can pick up the tale from there of the surgery and what transpired in its wake. The book goes into lots of detail. You're going to have to kind of take us through the high points, I think, of any other subpersonalities that emerged, etc.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I think that also surprised me in the early active imagination process, that this character, Richard, basically hijacked the story of what actually happened to me and made it his own. I thought, well, maybe this character needs to be by me, by the ego, the dream ego as well. The I in my dreams needs to confront him and tell him to back off. It's not his story. But it turned out that he has been there all along, and he's been underneath my waking consciousness. And I figured that better to let him in and let him have his way, because with these autonomous personalities, these independent forces in our own psyches that come not only from our personal conscious, and not even mostly necessarily from our personal unconscious, but comes from the collective unconscious.
Yeah, I want to underscore the autonomous quality. In other words, you have no sense that you're making this up, that you're consciously making it up. Rather, you have a sense, correct me if I'm wrong, you have a sense that there is an independent narrator in your mind that seems to exist outside your conscious volition.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Okay.
Nietzsche, for example, wrote Thus Spake Zarathustra, and as Jung suggested, it was an act of imagination. And Zarathustra took on really a personality of his own, different than Nietzsche's in some ways, and also a projection of Nietzsche in other ways.